Hi there, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, my name is Alyssa. I am the owner and operator and the everything behind Enchanted Pages. I have a little handmade shop. Today today's Monday, and I have my first ever market on Saturday, and I'm really excited, and I'm hoping that I can whip up enough stuff this week. But I wanted to show you what I'm going to be working on today. So I previously showed you this book sleeve that I made for my sister. So I have some more of this fabric that I want to do. These fabrics down here, I want to get the quilt lines on. I think this is actually my inside fabric. Yeah, it is. But I have a few fabrics here that I want to get done and then sewn up. These are really fast to do after the quilting is done, so hopefully I can get that done today, and then I can work on pouches, just those little ones that I've shown you here and there. I think I'm at a really good point with my stuff, like inventory, because over the weekend a friend of mine came over and she helped me make bookmarks. I put her to work and we had a great time. Nice, getting to catch up with friends that you haven't seen for a while, so it was a nice weekend. I did have some issues with some migraines. I am supposed to be taking this medication, but I'm having issues getting it refilled. So I am a week without it, and I'm starting to have my migraines every day, just like prior to having this medication, because with it, I don't have, like, having even a slight headache is very rare. But without that medication, I have a migraine, like full-blown migraine, almost every day. And I'm really hoping that I can get my prescription refilled, because I don't want to go into the market season with this issue, and because some days are really debilitating and I can't do anything. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that I can get this all situated and just dealt with. But enough about my issues. I'm gonna get to work on this. I will put you somewhere where you can watch me. I need to put the lines on the stuff for the quilt lines, and then yeah, we'll get to work. just got done ironing these. Now I am going to make the lines for my quilt lines. I find that if I put a line on here, my stitches are a lot straighter. So I'm going to do that real fast. I'll video. I'll do a few with you and then I'll just get to work. So the first thing that I do is I take my ruler and put it on the very corner, and I just bring this down as deeply as I can, as much as I can. And this is just kind of random. I don't have a specific method or measurement, just because I don't know, most of the time I'm just improvising. And then I'm going to make one for this corner. Let's say that is about straight. And this ink is, with the heat from the iron, it comes off. So I'm not worried about it getting, having markings on here with the finished product. I'll just iron it and then they'll all come off. I think I have two more lines to do. Let's do this one. That right there. And then the last line. And so I have, I don't know if you can see them real well, but there's, yeah, I can't get you to focus really. I mean, there's a line right there. You'll see it whenever it's all done. Okay, guys, so I just got done with pinning this all together, and now I'm just going to sew them. I have one. Look at this stack, this big old stack. So I'm going to be working on that, and then I will check in with you when I'm done. I just got done quilting all of these. So now what I'm going to do, because they have all those, the marker on it, is use the iron to iron off the ink and then cut these down to just the fabric because there's some like extra of the batting on here, and then put these together. It's gonna be fun. All right, so I will do that to every single one of these. And then my last step is I'm going to fold these like this because the pattern is this way. And then if it were to flip over, it would be backwards. I'm going to cut this in half and flip it, and it'll still be, it'll be the correct way after that. But yeah, so I'm just gonna, like I said, I'm just gonna cut this in half. This is probably the complete wrong way to make this, but it worked for me last night. So I'm just gonna do it. So like that. And then just pin it all together, and then it'll be ready for me when I get to sewing these together. I'm just gonna go ahead and do these now, because then when I sit down to sew, it'll just be zip, 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 and then done, basically. And that last like little bit of piecing these together will be so easy. Like it really will be. Let's see. I probably don't need this many clips, but I like to be a little bit, rather clip too much than not enough. All right. But yeah, that's what I'm gonna do with the rest of these. I will see you in the next clip when I go to sew around here, and then also do the liners too. Okay, so I just got done doing like sewing around the edges. So like with this one, all I'm gonna do is turn it out like so. Use my little tool here and get the corners. Doing it gently because I don't want to mess up the threading. So yeah, I'm gonna do that to this entire stack, get rid of the loose threads, And then once I'm done with all of these, I then need to sew up the lining fabric. So I'll go ahead and show you what I will do at that step. So like I'll take one of this is like a full panel. I'm not going to cut it in, or I will cut it in half, but I will fold it and then like cut it here, and then I'll sew around, keeping a gap at the bottom as well as this full gap at the top, because this is going to basically attach here to this, and then I'll show you. But I'm gonna get a head start on all of these, and then I will show you the process of turning that out. Okay, guys, I am gonna go off to bed. It is almost 3 a.m. I've just been sewing away. My whole body is like, I'm stiff from constantly being like this. But I wanted to show you how far I got. I got these all prepped and ready. So what I do is I do around the edges of these, and I kind of make kind of like a pillowcase where I just take this piece that I had already made and I just shove it into here and get it all the way to the corners. And then the next step that I'll be doing tomorrow is I will sew around this line and then cut off any of the like extra fabric. And then when I take this and pull it like through the bottom here, this will turn to the right side out. You'll see. But I got really far. I have one more of like for this one to do, and then I have all three of these. I wanted to ask your opinion. So this one, I don't know if you can see, but like here's a line. Yeah, here's a line, and then there's a line. They're a little bit more sparse throughout versus I kind of went a little crazy on like this one, and they're not even, which is an issue. I will go back to the drawing board. That's why I only did these two, because I honestly, I don't know if this fabric will sell, but I went a little crazy. Let me know. Cherry or cardinal? Leave a comment down below. But I will see you all tomorrow when I continue this craft, because I need to. And I also just, every time I'm sewing, because I have it on the it's going super fast and it's super loud. And my cats, they won't go to bed. Even though Justin has already been in bed for like a few hours now, my cats won't leave me in the living room. And they keep looking at me like, why are you being so loud? So I'm gonna take one for the team and go to bed. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.